Shalom Yasharala. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson by giving all praises, honor and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me this 100% truth. Double salutations to the Archeam out there, spreading this word in truth and sincerity, and shalom to the few Akwath that are listening in today. I'm back at you with another lesson entitled Men's Hearts Failing Them for Fear. Because you see, we are heading into the worst time in history and the worst time there will ever be on this planet Earth. Okay? And this is what 2/3 of the nation of Israel and the other nations do not understand or can't comprehend. We are heading into a time like no other, man. That mighty man that you thought was big and macho and strong, they're going to be screaming and wailing like a little bitch in these times to come. So if your so-called strong men are going to be screaming, hooting and hollering because of the pure death and destruction that's going on, what the hell are you women going to be doing, man? That's why Isaiah 32:9 reads, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." Because a lot of you women are at ease right now. You don't think you're going to be in a time of trouble. You think your looks are going to save you in the time of trouble, man. Well, what you women are going to find out is that your looks are going to be your detriment in the time of trouble, man. Because let me tell you something, when it's completely lawless out here, these men are going to have their way with you, man. Whether you like it or not, they are going to have their way with you. And there's nothing you can do about it, man. Let's see how much of a strong, independent woman you are in these times to come, man. Because even men's hearts are going to be failing them for fear, man. Think about when the people of the world see Leviathan, Job chapter 41, okay? Leviathan, the world knows it as what? Godzilla, right? That gigantic sea monster. People are going to be giving up the spirit just at the very sight of Leviathan, man. And it even says that in Job 41. But here you are, proud as all hell, walking around like your shit don't stink, like you ain't going to be in fear once the Lord's judgment starts raining down on this place heavily, man. Damn. Let's bring out the precepts, man. I'm going to start off. I got my sword with me today. I'm going to start off in the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. And it reads, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So who is the he that's going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble? That's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of the 144,000 men who, did this work, preached the word, okay, made their bodies a living sacrifice, okay, and then the great multitude, which you can read about in Revelation chapter 7, which will be those men, women, and children who sincerely believed in this message, man. Okay, those are the only ones that are going to be saved, are going to be redeemed from all the hell that's happening here on earth, man. Because even, look, man, the scriptures say how even the remnant were afraid. Okay, because look, man, the judgment that the Lord is coming with, there's been nothing like it ever. Okay? It says even the remnant were affrighted, but gave praise unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because this is going to be a time like no other, man. Okay? If the remnant are going to be afraid, the ones who have spent time learning this truth, gaining wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Knowing what's going to happen, Isaiah 33:6. But we're still going to be afraid. What more you people that don't know what the hell is going on or why it's even happening, man? Listen, man, if you're an Israelite, you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American, you need to repent, man. You know? Because the times that's coming, boy, only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, you're going to be able to make it through, man. Even Esdras, he feared. And we're going to get into that eventually. I'll probably bring it out at the end. All right? But let's read Jeremiah 30:7 again. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, man. It's crazy, man. You people need to understand the magnitude of what the scriptures are saying, man. No, it said, look, so that none is like it. And we've had some pretty dire situations happen here on earth, man. But this time that we're heading into, it says there's none like it, man. None like it. Let's back it up with Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? There's never going to be a time like this again. But even, on the other hand, there has never been a time like this before. You see? And this is why it's important to fear the Lord, man. To have the, Ecclesiastes 12, to remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth. You're meant to remember the Lord now. Not when all hell breaks loose, and then that's when you want to start talking about, what was his name again? What was his son's name? No, man. You got to remember it now. You got to remember him now. Before, before it strikes midnight. Doomsday. Where all hell breaks loose. Okay? Matthew 24:22. And except those days be shortened. Look how fast these 3 years have gone by, man. Look how fast the weeks are going. Look how fast the days are going. The Lord is shortening the time for his elect's sake. Okay? And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Because you see, it said no flesh shall be saved. Because Esau, Edom, he will wipe out every single one, every single person, right? Including himself. And this is why the Lord has got to send down Yahweh Shai to redeem his people, man. Because then otherwise there would be no flesh left to be saved. All right? That goes to show you the wickedness of this devil, man. And why do you think Sirach 12:10, Ecclesiasticus 12:10 says, never trust thine enemy, man? For as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, right? Let's go to Daniel 12:1. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. Michael's a great archangel, man. Great angel of war. Okay? Which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. The book of what? The book of life. The elect. Those are the only ones that are going to be delivered from the time of trouble that's fastly approaching, man. And that time of trouble indeed is fastly approaching. Look at everything that's going on in the world. You have the MOTB infrastructure pretty much in place. You're just waiting on Esau, Edom to give the green light of, okay, cool, now's the time. Okay? But that MOTB infrastructure is already in place, man. Okay? All the signs and wonders, the prophecies, the tokens, they're speaking loud and clear. There's uproars of the people. There's wars and rumors of wars. All right? You got the earthquakes happening. You got this truth going out throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? You got the World War III on the rise. All these things happening, man. So you can't tell me that we ain't in that time. We most certainly are in that time, man. Okay? Even Stevie Wonder can see we're in that time. Okay? This is Luke 21. Starting at verse 25. Excuse me. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So you see, there's going to be these various signs, man. In the sun, in the moon. Going to have these, the blood moon. Okay? These various signs and wonders, man. All right? Distress of nations. All these nations are distressed. You know, with this cost of living crisis. These so-called natural disasters happening. All right? The sea and the waves roaring. That represents the people, man. You know? Everyone's going buck wild out here. You know? There's major civil unrest right now. The people ain't easy, man. Verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Okay? Men's hearts failing them for fear, man. Yeah, we got some, I believe these are probably some Jehovah's Witnesses, man. Coming to knock on some doors, man. Look at these, man. They don't have the truth, though, man. They don't know what's really about to go down. They're just disrupting everyone's Sunday morning, man. You know? But let's read on. Luke 21 and 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Your government, okay? Your so-called rulers, they're going to be shaken, man. Because then, you know, they're not going to, because these your rulers, they like to paint the picture like they know everything. They know what's going on. They can even explain these UFOs, right? But it's going to get to a point where there's going to be so much happening that they have no explanation to, that they're just going to have to admit and say that, you know what? This is the working of a divine power, man. And these Jehovah's Witnesses are getting shooed off, man. Ain't nobody want to hear that bullshit, man. Are you ready to accept Jesus Christ in your life as your Lord and Savior? Ain't nobody want to hear that bullshit, man. Men's hearts failing them for fear, Israel, man. That's how severe it's going to be out here. So what are you so-called strong, independent women going to be doing in that time, man? If men's hearts are failing them for fear. Verse 27, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the cloud, in a chariot, a so-called UFO, with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And we're seeing these signs, we're seeing these prophecies coming to pass, man. So we know that our salvation draweth nigh. Romans 13 and 11 talks about, you know, our salvation being nearer than when we believed, man. And we believe it's pretty darn close. So it must be close, man. Okay. Let's go to the book of Zephaniah. Chapter 1. We'll start at verse 14 and it reads, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The mighty man's going to be making all sorts of noise. Ah, ah, help me! Ah, save me! Ah, ah, ah. Right? Because, listen, man, the times that are coming ain't no joke. It ain't no joke, man. Verse 15, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. Okay? Your strongholds ain't going to be able to hold you in this time, man. Excuse me. Especially the land of America, man. That's going to be completely destroyed. You're going to hear that scary doomsday siren. The right? You're going to be hearing that. You know, everyone's going to be panicking. You're going to hear on the news the nuclear missile from Russia is going to land in America in 25 minutes. Where you going to go in 25 minutes, man? You see? It's crazy, man. Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. So that means there's going to be a lot of blood, man. A lot of blood, meaning there's going to be a lot of death out here, man. That death angel is coming back. Just like during the Passover in Egypt, man. Okay, in ancient Egypt, should I say, because we're in modern day Egypt now, right? And who was that death angel? That was Yahushua. Yahushua was that death angel, man. And he's coming to smite many. Okay? Read Isaiah 66 and 15 on down, man. And on top of that, these people ain't going to have a clue what's going on, man. Because the Lord ain't going to give it unto them. He's not going to reveal it unto them. Because now is the time where the Lord is trying to, let Jake know of what's happening. But only a remnant is going to return unto the Lord, and that's the elect. The rest are just going to have to die the death of the uncircumcised, man. Okay? Verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So America's going to be gone in 1 hour, man. Revelation 18 talks about that. Speedy riddance. Okay, but nuclear missiles will be shot to these other countries across the earth as well. Especially Israel, man. Because Israel, that place needs a cleansing as well. From all its filth, its wickedness, before we can inhabit it again. Alright? But even with us having this wisdom, knowledge and understanding, we're still going to have great fear when that time of judgment comes. Because, the elect are going to be there like, oh shit, like, this is actually happening. This is actually going down. And yeah, we're going to be praising Yahweh Shem Shai, praying for mercy as well, and so on and so forth. But we're still going to have that fear, man. Because 1 Peter 4 and 18 talks about how the righteous are scarcely going to be saved. So it's going to seem like we ain't about to be saved. And then just when we think all hope is lost, then the Lord is going to come and redeem us, man. Okay? Let's close out here in 2nd Ezra 16, starting at verse 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Okay? So Ezra is back here today, right? Doing the work of the Lord. Working out his own salvation with fear and trembling. Because who will deliver me in those days, man? Don't you understand? Bro, look. When the prophets would receive visions of the last days, man, of all the trouble and distress and anguish and tribulation that will take place in the last days, right? Some of these prophets were sick, man. You know, they'll be troubled in the mind. They'll be filled with great fear. And this is thousands of years ago, man. But you got these proud-ass niggas out here, man, who want to test the Lord, who want to tempt the Lord, who think that they're above the Lord, who think that they'll be able to handle the troubles that's about to take place in these last days, man. Yet the men of old, man, and the men back then, there was a lot more manly, a lot more masculine, a lot more brave, right? And they would be sick. They would be filled with fear, man. They will be troubled for days on end. But here you are, you got these proud, wicked-ass niggas, man, who think somehow they're going to be able to survive the day of the Lord, man. Look, even the animals are more wiser than these jakes, man. I got a cat right here who's just stopped by the car, just sitting there, you know, can probably feel the energy, man. But you see, man, read Isaiah 1 and 3, man. The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, and they do not consider, man. They don't consider that they don't know their own power, who will be able to deliver them out of this time of tribulation, man. Look at it, the cat's just chilling there, man. These animals are more smarter than Jake. And we're meant to be the holy nation, man. We're meant to be the greatest people out here, man. Yeah, we're moving so stupid. Let's read on, man. 2 Esdras 16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Well, what we're gonna do? We're gonna pray to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We're gonna pray that in wrath He remembers mercy. Okay. We're gonna keep our oil strong in these last days, man. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay? All these things are sent to pretty much still wake you jakes up, man. It's like no matter how loud the Lord shouts, no matter how loud the Lord speaks, Jake still can't hear. Okay? Verse 20, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So they're still going to increase in their iniquity, still going to increase in their wickedness, still going to increase in their sinning, even though the Lord is sending all these plagues to judge them, man. The times that we're heading into ain't no joke, man. I'm telling you, men's hearts are going to be failing them for fear. Right? The Lord ain't no one to play with, man. Hebrews 10 and 31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. But Jake's just stupid. I got this cat just chilling here. I'm really fascinated by that, man. The cat's just chilling here, man. It could have been sitting anywhere else. You know, probably picking up on the energy. Right? Let me see if I can get it on the camera, man. Me. Don't know if you can see it. Oh look, it's moved now. It's just moved off now, man. Alright. But these animals are smarter than Jake, man. You know, they know what time it is. Before that earthquake went down in Turkey, the animals started bugging out. You know? They started making all sorts of weird noises, flying in all sorts of irregular patterns, doing all sorts of strange things. And then the earthquake came. So these animals know, man. Alright? But I've pretty much hit the point in this lesson. So, you know, hopefully this lesson has been edifying. And until the next time, I say shalom.